Well, I might as well film my failures, so at least I, you know, make some money off of it. But I got the tractor stuck out there taking a bale out, but not in the way that normally I would have that problem. So we're gonna have to air up the front tire on that one and try to go out there and rescue it. So we're gonna get started right after this. All right, welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, you probably are living a happier life. I'm Rusty Oliver Man, and I thought we're gonna be going to the farm show, so maybe I'd just go ahead and take another bale out there just so they had an extra one. And I got part way up, and the reason I did it now is because the ground is still kind of frozen-ish, and if it gets to be 60 degrees today, I have a feeling it's going to start getting pretty sloppy. So I thought this will be a great time to do this. And as I started up, I got through the low part just fine, but as I started up the hill, the bale fell off. So I went to go back down and get the bale, but the spear didn't go in right, and it rode up on top of the bale, and before I could get it stopped, now the bale has flipped up on end, pushing up on the spear, raising the rear end of the tractor off the ground enough that I can't get any traction to pull up out of the mess that I've made for myself. And I can't go forward and I can't go backwards. All I can do is be sad. And I guess not just sad, I can also be angry, which I'm kind of angry, but we're gonna, oh, and I realized yesterday I unplugged this for some reason, so now it's going to be a cold start, so that's wonderful. I need to take someone's advice and try changing this valve core. Maybe that will fix this problem, because it's not doing it every day. It just does it intermittently. What's the situation look like? Yeah, cold start. That's going to cause a cattle problem too, because then they will immediately come running and run out the gate and cause us issues. So I got some ether. I don't like to be using ether, but at this point I'm kind of over it, so I guess we're going to use some ether. But I got to go up to the, I think I left the ether in the escape, so I also have a feeling that this tractor's probably going to roll away. So it's just so frustrating that the simplest task has to become a way involved process with two tractors and a ton of walking back and forth, because that's what's about to take place here. Me walking back and forth through the mud and the ruts and the half melted snow, which is my absolutely favorite thing to do. It's bad enough to walk through snow, but like I've said before, when it's like this, you don't know if you're going to stay or if you're going to drop down through with every footstep, and it just takes its toll on you finally. And then the fact that this is not even terrain, which people don't understand on the camera. This is up and downhill, so yeah, if you get started sliding on stuff like this, you're gonna fall and slide a while till you get stopped, and then that's gonna be miserable too. Professor Fard Pounder, I need your magical elixir. We'll try some of this. It says premium, so that can't be bad, right? Buddy the dog, why don't you just hook a tow strap on your tail and pull me out so I don't have to do this? There, you can see it out there. I also see that there's donkeys messing around on there. How much you want to bet that they're chewing the wires loose that I just spent all the time, you know, hooking up those headlights? And they probably chewed those off, because why wouldn't they? All right, Professor, do your stuff. Come on, buddy, warm up. Because they know that this is the one that brings them delicious stuff. They're used to the sound. But they're confused because they already have delicious stuff. That one's going to start the whole affair, heading this way. Yeah, it's still frozen pretty good, but it won't be long. The bare spots in the ground will be muddy before we know it. Yeah, move. Uh-oh. I just remembered another very important thing. Because of that hydropower not working, it won't necessarily hold itself. So we're gonna try. Okay, see, now they're, oh, you guys are gonna go berserk for no reason. Is it in park? Let's raise that all the way up so it doesn't accidentally spear me in the back of the head whenever something bad happens. Part of me wants to just hammer on that bale sideways with this other loader, but I don't want to destroy anything on this 3-point linkage. So oh yeah, see, I didn't get close enough. See how that works? That way I have to jump on and off one extra time. Hey! Dang it. We're having a great time. We're having a great time. Get out of here! Now that they've totally ruined all of my rim painting. Hey! Go! Well, that was fun for no reason. Lesson learned. Don't forget to close the gate. Not even for 5 minutes. To have a simple mind like a cow. Sorry to disappoint you, but see, because I'm by myself, I get to jump back and forth between the two, because this one is rolled backwards, thus tightening the chain, making sure that I get to jump on and off one extra time. I feel like the old drunk who, you know, his friend couldn't drive home from the bar, so he drove both pickups home by driving one ahead 10 feet and then getting off and going back to the other one, doing that all the way home. It's kind of how I feel right now, but that's fine. Whilst I'm out here, I'm gonna go check the fence down through here, because now's the time. I mean, I want to make sure that there's no big tree or anything that's fallen on stuff. Of course, they're all going to follow me because they don't know any better, but that's fine. They need to get out and about, so sure. What an interesting day. That's all I can say. Didn't see this one coming. One thing, I guess, nice about the snow, you can look and see the fence from far away. You can see what the problem is, or if there's a problem. Like here, where it's going down in the ground for absolutely no reason whatsoever. That's fine. This is the section of imaginary fence where we hope that it works and that they don't go this way. What fun times we're having. Well, we need to come back out here and repair, but that's okay. They have no reason to go this way. This is probably the one section of fence on this place that I haven't done anything with, other than pick it back up and shove a post in here and there. I don't know why. Well, I know why. He never built a good fence here because this gets underwater, but I'm gonna do something eventually here. But for now, it's the optical illusion, and it seems to work. We need to bring our chainsaw collection out here one day and start sawing up stuff. I've got that tree that fell down here a year ago or so. I videoed that. It was half over and wouldn't fall. So that's down. Then there's all kinds of limbs and stuff I'd like to trim back that are hanging low. Because, yeah, we don't need that hitting us like when we're trying to bush hog and stuff. Sure. Should probably come down here and pick up some firewood now that I can see it again. There's a bunch down here ready to use. And we're about to drive over some right now. No. All right, our video that this is going to go in was too short, so we need something else to kind of round it out. So I'd like to try to take this saw out and saw with it. We got it running in a video back. This is that XL12, which was at the time, the world's lightest chainsaw, 12.5 pounds without the bar and chain. And so I'd like to take it out and cut with it. And then I have since acquired a few more saws just because, hey, why not? And this one is basically a contemporary to that old blue saw that we're working on. This is a big red. It's a Super XL. And it runs great and all that. But I would like to put some bucking spikes on it, which I ordered some the other day for another saw that I got, but I think we'll put it on this one, providing that we can make that happen. I don't know what I don't know what we were doing here exactly. So that might be an issue. Let's see if we go on like this to fit everything. Right? Yeah. So we might have to take the bar off to do that, because I don't know what we're doing there exactly. If somebody has self-tappered, I don't recall that the other ones had that hole. I'd try to find the piece on that other saw to know, but yeah, there's no hole in that. Okay. So I don't know what somebody was thinking there, but I bet you I'll have to take the bar off to get that loose. I mean, I can try to work on it like this, but it probably won't come all the way out. The other unfortunate thing is, I noticed on this one, let's get this. It has two different size bar nuts, so we need to try to remedy that too. I'm gonna try to work through this hole and see if I can get that backed out enough to fall out. Maybe if I get a smaller screwdriver. They make decals and everything for these, so I'll probably get a new one for this side. It's so silly, but you know, I like stuff. So, why not, friends? Why not? Get out of there, screw. Yeah, we're struggle busting it a little bit, but that's okay. Would it be any fun if we weren't? There, get out of there. I don't know. I set them all up the same way. That might be foolishness, but that's what I do. Right. I'll tighten this and then we'll try to saw. All right, two saws approximately 30 years apart. We'll take them out and see what they do. I don't know if I have any. I should have some wood up here that can be sawed. I don't know. But our pile's getting thin. We need to get out and cut some more. But anyway, we got enough. I think we can play. Let's go out there.
All right, nasty wood pile, but it'll work. Let's start with the oldest one, XL12. Whoops, come on now. The other day you started on the first pull. Aw. Come on. It cuts good when it cuts, but it won't stay running. Well, it runs good when it runs, and it cuts good, but it won't stay running. So I think we're going to have to do some carburetor rebuilding on that. But it does cut, and it's really kind of fun. I mean, it's, like I said, if you don't have to do it every day, it's fun, you know. Let's swap out for the other one. Don't mind my messy wood pile. It's pretty messy. That's okay, though. This should run. I had it running a while ago. That saw's a winner right there. It's still, that stuff's frozen to the ground. So I didn't cut all the way down through because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to get my chain in the dirt. So instead I'll put it against metal. And that chain is the one that was on this saw, so it actually cut pretty good for not knowing its condition. But anywho, I think before we do any real you know, major cutting with it, I'd probably like to pull it part way apart and clean it out as best we can to make sure it's not sitting full of trash, which will then in turn end up ruining it, you know. But no, this thing, I'm happy with it so far. That cuts pretty good, and like I said, I grew up with one of these. This is identical to that old blue saw, so that's probably, I don't know, I would argue that these were some of the best firewood saws of all time. These XL12 Super XLs, I mean, they just cut and cut and cut, and I mean 30 years apart or so, and the design was almost identical, you know. This one, not so much. This is XL12, and then, but the Super XL, that other one that we cut with last time, it's identical in design to this, except it only has a manual oiler. And I bought another one on the porch that's the same vintage of those. I just haven't got it out of the box yet, but it is a Super XL AO, so automatic oiler, just like that other saw, except it's automatic oiler, which is essentially exactly like this. So yeah, there will be more chainsaw videos maybe, I don't know. I like them when everything's going right. I really like to cut wood. It's kind of fun, but you know, the fun quickly fades when you have to do it, or it becomes 150 degrees outside. But you know, the thing about these, like collecting saws, if you're patient and you look around, you don't have a ton of money in them. I mean, it's kind of becoming a little more like some of the harder to find ones. I've seen people selling for ridiculous prices, but a lot of these ones, I mean, you can find vintage saws for 50 bucks. I mean, that basically you put gas in them and they run. I think I gave like $25 for this one, you know. And yeah, it needs some stuff, but it does run and it does cut. It just needs maintenance, like carburetor rebuild, I would say, and you know, what have you. I don't remember how far we went into this one, to be honest with you. We had it apart the other day, and that was probably the farthest apart that we've been. Doesn't look like it's swimming in fuel in there, so you know, it's not like it's pouring gas out, that's what I'm saying. But hey, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but chainsawing or cutting up wood is something that happens. And it happened used to on all the farms, but now lots of people have different types of heat. But I still use wood, so yeah, there's still some sawing to be done. And if we're gonna do it, we might as well also play with some toys while we do it. So that's how that goes. Oh, this is not a very good filter, is it? But it proves my what I was looking for there. It's kind of wet in there, which tells me that this one probably needs some attention as well, you know. But it does run and cut. And if it does that, then you know you got something. All you got to do is a little maintenance and you'll have a running saw. Yeah, you could have 1,000 saws in your saw collection and none of them run, but is that as much fun as having one that you can fire up and take out and cut with? So, good deal. Anyway, we're going to leave this one here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score?
Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.